Hello everyone, I'm Devash Modi, Head of Finance at Odoo San Francisco office. Today I will be discussing the most useful case of Odoo Sheet, which is to calculate sales employee commission as well as to build KPI dashboards such as sales, production, accounting. So it is 2020. Why spreadsheet in Odoo while we have so many BI tools and so many softwares out there, right? So we cannot deny that spreadsheet is the language of number. Everyone in finance like and love to use spreadsheet, including myself. Why? Because it is the most flexible tool you have, and it has the least learning curve, as well as it is the basis for all the software. Because if you want to import any data or export any data, I mean, what format you're going to use, you will have to use spreadsheet at some point. So that's why we decided to include spreadsheet in Odoo. So you always have the most updated version of your spreadsheet in Odoo. Um, right now, I can imagine in your team, you will have files such as July Commission V1, July Commission V2, and V3 and V4. I don't know how many versions you might have. Because on an average, after you calculate any commission data or any KPI, you might have some last invoices that you pushed at the last minute in your closed month. And that's why now you have to update your spreadsheet and you ended up with version 1, 2, 3, and 4. But with Odoo spreadsheet, this will not be the case because Odoo sheet will directly pull the data from your database. So it is always updated. Yeah, so let's jump into the demo. All right, so we are at the home screen and we go to accounting and we go to customer because we want to see the invoices. Right now we have 15 invoices, September, August, and July, and we have few sales employees who are working for us. So now we want to create a spreadsheet, Odoo sheet out of this data. Basically, wherever you have the pivot view, um, this you will have the capability to create a spreadsheet. So invoice analysis is a pivot view. It's a pivot, and you have this option here. You can go to sales analysis, and you will have the same capabilities even in subscription. So now we want to structure our data in a useful way. We already have month here. We don't want to change it. Um, on this side, we want the data per employee. So we have this information, and now we want to create a new spreadsheet. So we will click on insert spreadsheet. So this data will get inserted into a new spreadsheet or existing. In this case, we will select a new spreadsheet. And we have everything here. And you can notice that this information is directly linked to the database. So the moment you create or update any invoice, this will get updated, this table. And we can give this a name like sales. And now we want to create a dashboard out of this. I mean, we already have dashboard because this is we have the sales data per sales employee per month, so we can call this a dashboard, right? And you can actually display this in your office on TV. and the moment someone will make a sale, this information will get updated, and obviously you can size it however you want because it has been displayed on the screen. So our sales dashboard is ready, and it was super quick and easy and is live stream. Now let's jump into the commission calculation out of for the sales team. So we will create a new tab, and let's name it sales. And we will copy this because we want to use the same data, because normally you calculate your commission out of the billing amount. So yeah, we have this table here, and normally you have 2 to 3 steps to calculate your commission. It totally depend on the industry. Here I will assume that the first step we have is calculate the percentage achievement for each employee for each month, and then the next step is the actual payout. So this is achievement in percentage, and we we merge the cells and we want to make it center, and here we will call it payout, right? So first let's calculate the achievement percentage. Normally it is calculated by taking the actual divided by the target. Here let's consider 300,000 as the target for all three employee, and let's take the seasonality effect. Let's consider August is a low season for us, and we consider only 200 target, and for September we will consider it's a good season for us, so we take 400,000, and this is same for all the employees. Obviously if there is a new employee, you can change the targets, you can adjust, you can take their ramp up into consideration, but for this example we will consider everyone on the same page, and this is in percentage, so we will format this as a percentage. um, so yeah, you have your beautiful percentage here, and the next step for us will be the calculation of the payout. So um, normally for payouts, companies have different tiers. Like if the percentage achievement is below 50, then they get less commission. If it is above 50, they have high multiplier and things like that. For this example, we will consider only two variations, uh, which will be if they are above 70 and below 70. So we will have to set up a formula, like if this cell is over 70%, then do the achievement into 4,000. Else, let's consider guaranteed commission. If they are below 70, we pay them straight 1,000. Else 1,000. And let's consider this is true for everyone, for all months. So we have this here, and we have this decimal issue here, so we're gonna fix it. We want only two decimals. Yeah, so we have this here. um, the next thing I want to show you is, obviously this is updated uh, ongoing basis. So let's create a new invoice in August for Michelle admin. Right now the percentage achievement is 154. So Michelle admin, and we will go into action. We want to duplicate, and the date, let's consider 1st September. The sales employee Michelle admin, and we confirm. And yeah, we have the invoice ready. And normally this table will get refreshed every few minutes. We will do a hard refresh just so we have the access to the updated information quickly. Yeah, so I mean, the most useful case of this is, I know every month we have one invoice which is been validated at the last moment before, and the commission is already calculated for all the sales employee, right? So you normally have to go into your Excel spreadsheet and update and include the latest invoice to make sure your employees are being paid accurately. Here, you don't have to do it because it is linked real time to your database. And as you can notice, the achievement percentage is updated. It includes the latest invoice we just validated, and obviously the payout is also updated because it is also linked to the achievement percentage, right? So yeah, I would consider this as the biggest benefit of spreadsheet within Odoo. Just imagine how many times you are updating your invoices, or maybe there is a last minute credit note, the deal get canceled. I mean, if you don't update your spreadsheet manually, if you don't have Odoo, you will lose um, some time on those corrections. And obviously you want to save and you want to optimize your team in the best possible way. So yeah, this is super useful. And obviously you also have the filters in spreadsheet. You can create filters based on the date. You can create based on the text, the relationship. um, we don't have a lot of data, so um, for now, um, we are not going to create those filters. um, so let's go to the presentation. Um, and yeah, obviously you should notice that in Odoo spreadsheet you have all the formulas: if, sum if, or, and you can even combine those together. You have all the capabilities that you would normally expect from a spreadsheet tool in Odoo. Um, and yeah, last but not least, because it is 2020, obviously you have all these capabilities of spreadsheet from your phone. um, and I believe a lot of um, top management employees, including the CFO and CEO, they want to see the dashboard from their phone because they are super busy. They want to check the sales figures when they are traveling, and obviously they can use the phone to see it. And it is always the most updated information. um, well, that's it I wanted to share with you. And I'm open for your questions. Thank you for your time.
All right, great. Thank you very much for your presentation. I've seen a lot of activity on the chat, so people seem to have enjoyed your presentation. How did you think it went?
Yeah, I think it was super good, and yeah, I hope it was really helpful to everyone who is in accounting and finance teams across the globe, and who is struggling with the sales employee commissions.
All right. Devash, question for you, just maybe for those who are watching that could be interesting to know. You're calling in from India, right?
Yeah.
From our office there. Okay, great. Well, I'm calling from the Brussels office. My name is Neil, so I will be interviewing you with some questions we get from the chat. Let's see what kind of interesting topic comes up. If you have any topics that you see in the chat, just let me know and we'll jump on those. First question that I've seen someone ask them in different ways is the use of different models in Odoo in the same spreadsheet. So let's say expected revenue versus revenue that was actually met, or from different applications using them in the same spreadsheet. Could you explain if this is possible and how to do that?
Yeah, it is totally possible. We have Odoo spreadsheet available anywhere in Odoo as long as you have a pivot view.
Okay.
We have pivot view in sales, CRM, accounting, manufacturing, in a lot of applications. So you can create spreadsheet from all of any of the application. However, I guess your specific question was how to combine this, right? So when you actually, and I showed this in my presentation, when you actually create a new spreadsheet, Odoo will ask you if you want to use an existing spreadsheet or not. So in case you want to do the mix and match, you will use existing spreadsheet. For example, in my presentation, I did the analysis, I did the commission calculation on the invoices, right? So if you want to add expected revenue in the same spreadsheet, you can go to CRM, you can go into your view, you can run your filters, and then after you click on add a new spreadsheet and add the pivot view in the spreadsheet, and you can select the existing spreadsheet that we already have. So yeah, it is totally possible. And then once you have everything in the spreadsheet, you are the king. You can play around anything. You can connect any data with each other. So yeah, it's totally possible.
Okay, great. So actually what you're saying is that as long as you can get the information in the pivot view, you can use it in Excel, the spreadsheet, and afterwards you're the magician to do with those numbers whatever you want.
Exactly.
All right, great. Well, there's a question that came up, and that was how to include a new employee or customer. And if I would interpret it, the question, it would actually be, what would happen if data inside Odoo is updated or expanded? Will that reflect on the spreadsheet?
Yeah, I would say this is the exact beauty of Odoo spreadsheet. The data is directly connected to your database. So the moment an invoice is created, the moment your database is updated, your spreadsheet will get updated automatically. For example, if you hire a new employee and the new employee made a new sale, then you have your first three old employees, and below those three you have the fourth new employee. And on your side, you can just drag and drop your formula for the commission, and then you're done.
It's done. All right, great. Well, I see someone asking as well about using calculated fields in Odoo in that spreadsheet. Let's just make very clear to everyone that we can only see the values that you can see in a pivot view, which is not always with customized fields from Odoo Studio, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, up to some extent, you can consider that calculated fields might be included. You can add filters in the pivot view itself. For example, you can do a filter like I want to see all the products except the tables. So you can kind of consider it as a computed field, but if you are speaking technically, then no, it's not going to be possible.
Okay.
You should make all the customization in spreadsheet, because I believe the sales commission is very customized. There are a lot of exceptions. If you're an accountant, you will know. And I know I calculate commissions for a lot of employees. So I know how.
I have a question about that right after.
It can be.
We have a question about that coming up right after. It starts off everything with having the right values in the right application in order to use them. Well, you mentioned already, we have a lot of applications that have this pivot view. Someone else asked, which application do I need in order to start using Spreadsheet? What is the magic application that will set this feature free for everyone?
I would recommend, I mean, because I'm in finance background and the topic is around sales commission. Obviously, sales commission should be calculated based on the invoices. So I would recommend invoice analysis is the best view. However, depending on your background, you can take the initiative. For example, if you're a sales rep and you want to do some type of analysis, then you should go to CRM pivot view, and you can start your analysis by from that point, because you're familiar with CRM more than accounting.
Ah, okay, okay, great. And I guess that as everyone that has the document application active can use the spreadsheet feature in any app that they have installed, right?
Exactly.
Okay, great, great. So someone else asked in the chat, which is quite interesting, about the refreshed value, the time and frequency. Well, how the question is basically, how do they set up the frequency that it's updated? But we don't have to set a time and frequency, do we? It's all live.
It is live, yeah. So you don't have, you cannot go in settings and set the update frequent updation. I would say there is a like minimum second gap, and within that, Odoo will update the spreadsheet as well.
Yeah. So if they can even see the gap, that means that they're looking for it, but because it should be practically live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I get maybe a more personal question for you. Well, we know that you're working for 2 years at Odoo right now. You're working in partially in our finance department. You have seen Odoo 12. You have seen Odoo 13. What is your first impression of the spreadsheet in Odoo 14? What was your first thought when you saw the application?
So spreadsheet, I would say all the CFO and everyone in finance field just love the spreadsheet. If you're a finance guy, if you're running some type of analysis, then spreadsheet is your love, I would say. So the moment I see the spreadsheet, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted, because Odoo, because there are some business aspects that will need super high customization. For example, commission calculation. There is no standardized version. I mean, each company has its own version, right?
Yeah.
So why Odoo would waste time developing a specific application, provided we will have a lot of customization, right? So Odoo decided that okay, spreadsheet, and that is the most flexible tool you can have in Odoo, and I guess that's the beauty of it. Plus, you have the data connected to your database. So what else you want, right? So I was super happy because it would lift up a lot of my work.
Yes. So you have the best of both worlds. You keep the flexibility, but you gain the fact that you don't have to re-import every details yourself by manual action. So this is going to help you a lot in your daily work, I guess.
Yeah, the finance people who are right now calculating commissions for their teams, I would say they will, as mentioned, they will have multiple versions of spreadsheets, and they will have folders, and in folder there is subfolder, and there are multiple versions, and at some point you're like, how many versions I have, how many spreadsheets I have. I don't know which one is the most updated. When a CFO is asking you, hey, can you send me this, but you don't know which one is the latest, right? However, if you're using Odoo spreadsheet, you know that the version that you see on your screen is the latest and is the most updated.
All right.
So that's a great point, I would say.
Well, maybe just to go on a little bit extra on your personal experience, you are managing the commissions for San Francisco, as you mentioned to me in private earlier. This is going to be a huge impact on your daily task. You will have too much time left at the end of the week, I suppose.
Yeah, we have we have multiple sales teams, multiple commission structures. There are always exceptions. It is not super simple. I have to use multiple conditions. I have to use if and or all together. So so far I was using Spreadsheet because there is no tool out there that is highly customizable, the customization that I need. Now we will be migrating to Odoo Spreadsheet to calculate the commissions, because it will just do the job that I wanted from a spreadsheet tool. And the best part is, even just in the initial version, Odoo covered a lot of advanced formulas. So, I would consider if and ifs or, and when you have the ability to combine everything in one Excel cell, you have very powerful formula combination right there. And
All right.
obviously, we are planning to keep adding more and more formulas as and when the application will evolve.
Okay, great. Well, it sounds like this spreadsheet is going to give you, just like a lot of our clients, the ability to focus more on the daily job that they actually want to do. So I want to thank you a lot for showing us this calculation here. Our time is up for the Q&A session, so thank you very much. There are going to be a few more talks for the rest of the Odoo experience, so I hope all the viewers and yourself will stick around. Thank you all the viewers for your questions, and I wish you a good rest of the Odoo experience.
All right. Thank you, guys.